Hello students, we are going to understand the concept of routing, and for that I have taken a very simple kind of network for your understanding. Here you can see total 3 networks are existing. On the left side I have 192.168.10.0 and on the right side I have 192.168.20.0, and these two routers are making third network amongst them, which is 192.168.30.0. Now let's configure each and every device from this router, from this network. So first I will configure the PC, but for that again I need a default gateway for that particular system, and hence first we'll go for configuration of the router 0. So click on the router, go to the configure. Now see, this particular router is connected with this within this network with a fast Ethernet 0/0. So I have to click on the fast Ethernet 0/0. Now here I'll be assigning the IP address to this router. As already I have told you, this particular network is 192.168.10.0. So I will assign the first number of IP to this router, and hence the IP address of this router will be 192.168.10.1. Okay, then the subnet mask will automatically appear and we need to make the port on. Right, now we'll configure accordingly these PCs. So I'll click on the PC, I'll go to the desktop, IP configuration, and at the place of IP address I will write the IP address 192.168.10.2. again the subnet mask will automatically appear, and here in the default gateway I need to mention the IP address of the router 0, which is 192.168.10.1. So the meaning of default gateway is whatever the traffic coming or leaving to this particular system will always go through this particular router only, right? And that's why we need to mention the IP address of this router in the default gateway, right? Now similarly we'll go for configuration of this second PC. So I'll click on the desktop, then IP configuration, and here I will assign the IP address to this PC 192.168.10.3, and default gateway for this one is, that's right, 192.168.10.1. okay, now on the right side we'll go for configuration of this router 1. So I'll click on the router 1. Now here we need to assign the IP address of 20.0, network 20.0. so click on the configure, again it is connected with the fast Ethernet 0/0. so click on this one and then assign the IP address 192.168.20.1. as this is the first system from this right side network, that's why I have taken 20.1, as same I have taken for the left network 10.1. again the default that subnet mask will automatically appear and we need to make the port on. Now accordingly this will be the default gateway for these two PCs. Okay, we'll assign the IP addresses to these PCs now. So click on the PC, desktop, IP configuration, and here we'll assign the IP address to the selected PC as 192.168.20.2, and the default gateway will be 192.168.20.1. That's it. Now the second PC from the second network, desktop, IP config, then 192.168.20.3, and the default gateway 192.168. What will be this one? Right, so 20.1. now the left and right network both are configured. Now we need to go for the configuration of this third network, which is formed amongst these two routers, and the network address I have taken is 192.168.30.0. accordingly I will assign 30.1 to the left network and left router, and 30.2 to the right router. So we'll do it now. One more thing is, here these two routers are connected to each other by means of serial cable, which is 2/0, right? Accordingly, I will click on the serial 2/0. Now I will assign the IP address 192.168.30.1. Subnet mask automatically appears, then we'll make the port on. As soon as we are turning the port on, these red dots will turn to green. But here, unless and until we make it this right side router's port on, it will appear red only. Okay, let's do it. Now I'll click on the second router. Now we'll again go for the configuration, then we'll select the serial cable, and here I'll give the IP address 192.168.30.2, and here I'll be clicking on the port on. So as soon as I'll click, these red dots will turn green. Here it is. So this is the basic configuration we need to make to perform the routing operations in the network. Okay. Now we will be implementing the dynamic routing with the help of OSPF. So before that, we need to assign a region. So I'll take one ellipse, I'll fill with a color so that we can identify the region, and simply we'll draw the region or the area. Also, I will assign the label so that we can understand it easily. So I'll take this area 0. Now we need to perform the dynamic routing through OSPF. So when I click on this router, we'll go to the configuration. Here, as we can find a tab only for the RIP, and there is no any provision in this Cisco packet tracer for OSPF, and for that I need to configure this with the help of CLI commands. So simply click on the CLI, press enter. Now you are at the router. So here we'll go with the first command, which is the enable. Press enter. Then go for second command, which is configure terminal. Press enter. Now here we need to mention the protocol, which is router OSPF, and I'll write OSPF 1. Then we need to mention the networks through which this particular router is been connected. So network, then I'll mention the network addresses, which is 10.0 and 30.0. So 192.168.10.0 followed by, यहाँ पे स्पेस देने के बाद आपको मेंशन करना है वाइल्ड कार्ड मास्क, विच इज़ अ अपोजिट ऑफ सबनेट मास्क. सो सबनेट मास्क जनरली वी mention something 255.255.0, but we need to make it reverse, like 0.0.0.255 and then space, and here we need to give the area 0. Enter. Now we will add the another network, which is 192.168.30.0 followed by the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255, and again we'll mention the area 0. Enter. Now just type the exit, and here you can find the route details above, route details of this particular router with the help of command, which is show IP route, and here you'll find this particular router is been connected with these networks, right? Same thing we'll do on the another router. click on this, again go to the CLI, press enter, do the same thing like enable, then configure terminal, then router OSPF 2, and then add the network, which is now we have two networks, which is a 20.0 and 30.0. so 192.168.20.0 followed by wildcard mask, which is 0.0.0.255 space, mention the area 0 and add another network. Simply press the upward key, you will find the previous command and just go to the specific point, and here we can make the change like 30.0, right? Then type exit, one more time exit, and here you can see the details about the networks, show IP route, and you will find all these three networks are now connected. We can test it by sending a simple PDU from network 1 to network 2. Yeah, it will take a little bit time for handshake. Do the same thing one more time, and here you will find the PDU sent successfully. So this way we can implement the OSPF for implementation of dynamic routing. Thank you.